here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that is a brainstorm.
Yourself after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one. Hello everybody and welcome to Brainstorm Broadcast. Today's world has so far achieved a tremendous progress in the field of new technology. The latest is artificial intelligence, or AI. What is AI? Its purpose, its advantages and drawbacks. Please pay rapt attention as we develop the theme, new technology and artificial intelligence, or AI. We're going to discover many aspects of this new technology. And on this program, we are joined with the man whose name is Saj Gala. Saj Gala, hello and welcome to this program.
Hello, Guy. Thank you for having me.
Yes, Saj Gala is a computer scientist. He's going to develop this theme along with me and for at least 26 minutes. So we all want to know, because artificial intelligence is a part of a new technology. So you want to tell us what this concept artificial intelligence means, especially for you.
Thank you, and thank you for your interest in this very interesting subject. So we will try to break it in very simple terms, not being very technical for each and everyone to grasp the essence of that context, of that concept. So AI, in simple terms, is just a set of algorithms to solve complex problems, not necessarily complex problems, with a human-based approach, including reasoning, including adaptation, including flexibility in rendering the results, deep analysis, and on top of that, AI is a real breakthrough nowadays. So that's in very simple terms how we can define artificial intelligence.
Yes, a lot of folks are interested in knowing how it works and what is it exactly. So in addition to your insight or explanations on AI, we'd like you to watch this video defining what is artificial intelligence. Please take a look and we'll be back.
When you hear the term artificial intelligence, what comes to mind? Superpowered robots? Hyper-intelligent devices? Science fiction has familiarized the world with the concept, but outside of Hollywood, what is artificial intelligence and what can AI actually do? For starters, AI involves using computers to do things that usually require human intelligence. Humans can see with their eyes and process what they see. We can understand our environments and move around within them. Our brains have the ability to see patterns, and we have the ability to understand spoken language. Artificial intelligence is a broad branch of computer science that includes many different terms. In order for computers to achieve these capabilities, they require lots and lots of data. Large data sets allow AI algorithms to identify patterns, make predictions, and recommend actions. Artificial intelligence is already all around us, but today's best AI still can't compete with the human brain in some ways. For example, in 2016, the computer program AlphaGo defeated a legendary professional Go player. But if you asked that same computer to drive a car, or walk, or even play Monopoly, it wouldn't be able to do so on its own. AI's computing power is massive, but our human brains are able to tackle a much wider set of data and methods.
All right. I want you to know, I want you to tell folks, even viewers watching us right now, when has this technology been around And who is the design of it?
Well, AI has been around since the mid-20th century, and the intricate thing with things when it comes to computer science or information technologies, it's quite hard to name like one inventor of it, right, you know. But at least I can name some very prominent figures who contributed significantly, because you need to picture AI as an entire journey. A journey where you had tons of contributions, and among those prominent figures we can start by Alan Turing, who is somehow considered as the father of this new computer approach we developed, and also one of the four figures of AI. On top of that, we can add Mr. Newell and Mr. McCarthy, who, by the way, coined that term AI in the 50s something. And also another decisive turning when it comes to AI is the Dartmouth meeting. It was essentially a meeting that gathered several scientists around this issue of AI, and this for some serves also as a pillar allowing AI to evolve as we have known this up to this day.
Okay, thank you for this output. I know that not everyone is a scientist or computer scientist, and not everyone can understand or grasp the technical explanations. So could you, in a simple terms, explain to us or break down the function of AI?
Okay. As I said, when you go back to its roots, you will find several stages that contributed to AI as it evolved, especially some work done by some of the Alan Turing Prize recipients. So AI is big, right? Really big. Inside of AI, you have what we call machine learning. And machine learning is this ability to train computers to learn, to grasp information. And then deep down, you have what we call deep learning. And below deep learning, you have LLM models, and you also have something we call the network of neurons, right? And this is actually the core of AI, because AI, for example, when you look at AI technologies like GPT, generative, pre-trained, and transformative. Generative, because it generates text, but not AI generates text. You have, for example, text-to-text, text-to-images, text-to-audio, text-to-video. So there are several applications when it comes to AI, but that's essentially how it works. And the key role is played in the network of neurons, right? Where you picture this like a set of possibilities. For example, if I'm here and I want to go through the door to actually leave this premise, what can I do? There are several possibilities I may take. I may go on my left, I may go on my right, I may go this way. But of course, we all know, you and I, that there is the shortest and most probable way I may take to get out of this premise. But it doesn't exclude other possibilities. And so that's actually the essence of this network, in order to train the AI to be adaptive, to be able to render as much information as possible from the input parameters.
Okay, so initially when it was designed, or was it put in a place, in which field initially was it applied, so that we can understand clearly, because many know that it's artificial intelligence or AI, but even though they can know the function, but it would be much better in a specific domain, a specific field, when it was applied, for us to clearly grasp.
Okay. Today, 2024, when you ask someone, where do you apply AI? So there are many fields. But back then, I would say, when they started developing, right, to them it was mostly like a game. So let's see how this can do. So I could say two main events, which from the readings, and I'm speaking under the reserve of those who are actually much more informed, or the prominent figures in that. There is this checkers game. Actually, the first time AI was applied was in the checkers game, right? And it was by the work of Mr. Christopher, and he wrote a program able to beat some of the world champions when it comes to checkers. And as you know, checkers is a very tough game, and you need to know about the probabilities and so on. So they trained that algorithm in order to actually beat a champion. And nowadays there are even some algorithms that can beat world champions in checkers. And then there is this work by also Mr. Alan Newell and some of his colleagues who worked on the logic theorists. It's also a concept with a program written by them in order to have a computer able to mimic human-like reflexes. So
something that's really complex. I really don't understand, and even not only I, but many other people, how can this application or using a game, for instance, checkers, reflects or think as a human being and also interact when you can ask any kind of information, any kind of questions, it provides you information. How does it work, actually, to think like a human being and answer even some complicated questions?
Okay. Taking an AI to think 100% like a human being is a very advanced AI, and that's not very much around. But at least, let's take, for example, the GPT model. Generative, pre-trained, and transformative. Generative because you generate text, so, but let's focus, for example, on pre-trained. So the game has been pre-trained, for example, on all the possible moves that may happen in checker. For example, when you're checking checker, for example, they will say, okay, if he starts by touching the king or the front soldiers, what will be the reaction? And then it will calculate all the eventual probabilities of the best move that the computer will do. So each time, and this is actually the essence of it being pre-trained and transformative, in a sense that when you push some of your players on the checkers board, the system adjusts and takes the most appropriate answer in order to counter with another move. So this is essentially how it works. For example, you may take another information, and let's say you say, I want a result to get to X area. Let's say you have AI applied on a map service. You say, okay, I want to go from point A to point B, and it gives you the most appropriate answer. But let's say it considers traffic jam. Then it says, given the current situation, the system will adapt and eventually show you another alternative road where you can reach your destination faster.
Okay, that's one of the applications which is also useful.
Yeah.
Would you tell us, in a modern world, what kind of needs, in addition to what I've just mentioned, AI helps so that the people can make their life easier than 20 years, 25 years ago?
Well, nowadays everybody's talking about AI when you go on the TVs and on the news, and it's becoming more and more popular. AI can be applied, let's say, in the medical sector with healthcare in order to give, for example, better diagnosis. Someone may take, a physician may take brain scans and compile it into a set of data in order to, have faster test diagnosis. It can be applied, for example, in the environmental sector, and in the environmental sector with climate predictions, studying all those metrics to predict X or Y elements. AI can also be used, for example, in economics with better policies. You may compile lots of data in terms of policy rates, in terms of X or Y measure taken in the financial landscape, and then try to compute, because AI can also predict with much more accuracy the result that a given algorithm. So there are several sectors where you can apply it. I just gave you a few examples.
Okay, on this program, we're dealing with new technology and artificial intelligence, or AI. So what is the purpose of AI? Please take a look, and we're back.
AI systems have to have benefit to humans as their only purpose. They have no intrinsic, you should have no intrinsic motivations of their own. But the notion of what is beneficial to humans is actually unknown. We can make guesses about some things we like, but inevitably we'll get those guesses wrong. We'll forget some very important things. So for example, if I asked a friend to go fetch me a cup of coffee, I wouldn't normally tell the friend, and don't spend more than £1,000 on the coffee, because the other person is a human and they understand all the other constraints that I care about. They know that I don't just want coffee, right? They know not to mow down the other customers in the Starbucks in order to get to the line first, and so on. So, but the machine doesn't know any of those things. So it starts from a position of extreme uncertainty about what exactly is beneficial to humans. And that's really important. If it thinks it knows, it's going to be behaving in ways that are undesirable to us, and also ways that are what we call incorrigible, meaning that we cannot correct it. We can't switch it off, we can't divert it from its purpose, because it believes that it has the truth about what it's supposed to be doing. So this has been actually an interesting surprise. That we didn't expect that this uncertainty about objectives would be a crucial notion in making AI systems safe, but it turns out to be the case.
Then now, does AI contribute to the scientific breakthrough? If so, why?
Of course, it's obvious, despite some of its setbacks. But every scientific or computer breakthrough, you need to make sure that it will have some straightforward applications in order to make our life easier. I just gave you the examples in terms of, and I think this question is highly correlated to the previous one you just asked, where I gave you the example of this, of the various applications that you have, for example, in the economic sector, in the health sector, and so on. So yes, it's a major breakthrough, and I believe with time going, with more advancement and scientific contribution, it will become something more and more excellent. And also, let's take autonomous cars, for example. Relying on AI, they can take better decisions, or maybe it can be applied to some rescue vehicles in order to help people in the flames and save human lives. So basically, yeah.
At the outset of this program, we raised the question about disadvantages or drawbacks. Would you tell us some of them with AI use?
Yeah. Well, each time a new technology comes up, there are advantages and setbacks, but we always end up adjusting to the setbacks because they are actually offset by the advantages this brought. For example, remember when the email services got out, this actually reduced the market share, if I have to put it as such, the market share of postal services, because before, to write any message, you had to write, stamp, go to the post, drop it, and then wait for a couple of days. But now, within seconds, we can exchange. So it's technically the same thing for AI. And, well, some of the drawbacks. Let's say people are concerned about ethical issues, how data is used. You also even have some conspiracy theorists saying that one day maybe AI will take over the world, or it will be a war between humans and robots. But also you have some ethical issues related to plagiarism, for example. Because if I ask an AI service or a generative AI system to write for me a cover letter, and I give my specific inputs, I'm going to this sector, I am applying to this company, within seconds, this AI will generate for me something very specific, very detailed, especially if it's a premium service. So some people are concerned about that, and also some people may say that students may get lazier, very more, lazier,
Okay.
compared to that. So
All right.
these are some of the
All right. So in education sector, is AI a step forward or backward? And you can say it in a few words.
Well, AI is a step forward. For any new technology we have, it also depends on the regulation in place that you have to protect the data of the people, to protect how this new technology is used. For example, a teacher may be concerned if a child is, a student is taking an exam and he has a phone with him, and because there are even some AI, you just take a picture of your exam and then it answers all the questions. So can you imagine how that what this represents for the educational curriculum of a given student? So it's just about regulation, it's just about giving the right framework to that technology so that it can be properly used. But to me, not only because of my the slope, the natural slope I have as an IT or a computer person, but I believe it's really something designed to help humanity.
All right. So now quickly, the connection between AI and automation in a company, for instance, or factory.
Yeah.
Is there any connection between AI, artificial intelligence, and automation?
Between AI and automation. Well, if, for example, I go to a factory, we go back in the days, you had the same, let's say, a car manufacturing factory, all right? Before, for example, some tasks were manual, right? And then automation comes. So, for example, where you needed 20 people, you have a single robot that can actually tighten some bolts or anything. But when you take AI and you apply it to automation, then the system will be, it's like because automation, picture automation like motion, right? And then AI like the brain behind every motion. For example, if an automated system was trained to do like left and right all the time, when you apply AI to such a system, then it may say, okay, this is not the good moment for me to do left and right. So it's somehow thought and adapted to the usual situation. So that's why I said there is a real advantage of combining AI with automation, and it depends on fields as well.
All right. As far as progress or new technology is concerned, you think that you can, as an IT, encourage folks or friends to use AI in any given domain?
Well, provided you abide by the rules, provided the regulation allows it, provided it's for ethical reasons, yeah, why not? I would even encourage young people or some other people evolving in the IT sector to learn. And by the way, today we have plenty of open sources learning materials, sites like edX, Coursera, or courses available by Harvard or MIT. And why not, like on YouTube, you have the Free Code Camp where you can have tons of information. And that's even the importance also of learning English, because lots of those articles and those courses are in English. So when you understand English, you can easily have access to that top-tier knowledge. And as AI will be developing, I believe also the demand will follow accordingly. So it's really something I encourage people to learn, even just to have general information about that.
Yes, we talked about advantages and drawbacks of artificial intelligence. So this video sums it up, but please watch and we're back.
AI, artificial intelligence, advantage and disadvantage. Advantages of artificial intelligence. Efficiency. AI can perform tasks much faster and with greater accuracy than humans, which can increase efficiency in many areas. Consistency. Unlike humans, AI can perform tasks consistently and without error, which can lead to better results in industries such as manufacturing, logistics, and customer service. Availability. AI can work around the clock, without breaks or time off, which can be especially valuable for industries that require continuous operation. Personalization. AI can be used to personalize experiences for individuals, such as recommending products or services based on their preferences and behavior. innovation, AI can be used to create new products, services, and business models that were previously not possible, opening up new opportunities for innovation and growth.
Disadvantages of artificial intelligence. Job displacement. AI has the potential to automate many jobs, which could lead to significant job losses in certain industries. Bias. AI can perpetuate and amplify biases that exist in society, as it relies on historical data to make decisions.
Right, we're moving little by little to the end of our talk show. So I wanted to know, as a computer scientist, can AI be installed on a computer as a software, or is it built in a program?
There are some built-in AI. Are they really built-in? Yeah. For example, when you have copilots for new computers running under Microsoft, Copilot is a built-in AI within Microsoft Edge. Can say so, but there are others that you can download. For example, the one of OpenAI, for example, OpenAI, and yeah, you can just download the OpenAI. You can use the free trial, the free version, the free trial, or pay for the premium version. So this is actually, so you can have essentially both options.
All right, so in 1 minute, if you could do it, what threat does AI present for social safety? 1 minute, if you could say it.
The threats for social safety? Mm-hmm. Well, they are correlated usually to items or subjects touching regulations and ethical issues. For example, if AI is unregulated, students may look way smarter than they are. Because I told you, for any assignment you may have, I can, for example, ask an AI to write for me a 10-page essay, right? So if an AI, of course, there are some platforms that can allow you to detect that this has been written by AI. There are also other platforms created to make sure that no one knows that your text has been written by AI. So this is how it goes. But technically, this is the issue. It's about the social norms and everything is related in the ethical questions or issues that AI may rise.
All right, so your last word as a question to the AI users before we conclude this program.
Well, I think AI actually is already here with us. We talk about it, so it's up to us to adjust to this world. Of course, it's correlated to infrastructure as well, because some functionalities of AI require 5G or high-speed internet with very low latency. So I believe as we are improving our internet infrastructure, our information infrastructure, our IT hardware equipment, the AI is going forward. Remember, when everyone is running for gold, somehow the one who makes the most is the one who provides shovels, right? And it's the same, and this is what happens with companies like NVIDIA, because AI needs a computer to be executed, so those who provide computers are actually computers and chips, all the systems. So I think it's really for us to take awareness of that. AI is there, we can learn, people can become experts in that, and nowadays the world is looking for AI experts as well.
Serge Gala, thank you for joining us on this program.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you, Guy.
New technology and artificial intelligence, or AI, we discussed this subject thoroughly, and we understood and answered questions raised initially. It's very important for you to keep watching and keep being tuned on the Second National Channel with the various issues that will be dealt with in the days ahead. Please keep in touch, and bye. Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation, yeah.
And we know that is Brainstorm.
Yourself after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brainy one.